Hello and welcome back, and I'm hoping it's a welcome back to spring, to hear the birds singing away, to have the sunshine on our backs. It's been a real nice couple of weeks, and this has been our sanctuary. Any chance we've came out, where are you going? Any chance we came out and to look at these hellebores. She's really put me off. To look at these hellebores, it's been a pleasure, and I just had to start off here just for these. Right, she really had put me off there, so I've really started again. Yes, these hellebores, and I have mentioned it so many times, but they are a weed to us, but also they really give us so much pleasure when they all pop up, and we just don't know what colours they're going to be. Right, jobs, and the jobs have mounted up. The last couple of weeks I've not been able to get out into the garden, and they've mounted up, the jobs have. This bed, I need to take this out, all this compost, to top up all the beds down there. I need to get time to actually put these together. I'm starting to run out of time because I want to get sweet corn and pumpkins in a big bed here. I need to put a step there. I desperately need to do the apple tree. But at the same time, I'm not going to put the pressure on myself. If things go over and I just missed chances, like I've missed chances of moving the buddleia, that's really shooting up again, and that is what it is. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself. I've got seeds to sow, potting on stuff. The list is quite endless, and down there is just my to-do list. There's a lot to do, and one of the other things I need to do is, this is ranunculus that I've just left out right the way through the winter time, but it survives, and that's really surprised me. So I dug out last night, or found in the shed, the other 6 of them, and they've been soaking in that bucket for the last, overnight. But what I also did find was a rhubarb crown, which I got about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just left it. Now that's even sprouting a stem or a leaf now. So I do need to spend some time out here and just trying to knock off a couple of the jobs at a time. Like I say, I'm not putting any pressure on myself, because this should be a place to also not only grow veg, but to have all these flowers. And I've ordered quite a lot to start. I've got asters, more asters, straw flowers, stocks as well. So hopefully we have more displays like this right the way through the summertime as well. Right, I have been putting it all off, and just to keep on putting it all off, look at this rocket. It has been a pleasure to come out and start picking this rocket fresh, taking it in, but also having this backdrop and this sunshine as well. It really has put a smile on my face, this sunshine, the bird song, and these hellebores. And this area is just my to-do list. Both these beds need to be emptied. Take out the Brussels, the kales. These chards will get moved up there once I've topped these up with compost. This bed is probably the most urgent, because I need to prepare it for the parsnips going in there to round about here. And then I've got to do the same exactly for that bed as well. Take out those leeks. I'm not really going to get much for those, and top up that bed. And then this bark hasn't really worked out for me. It's too lumpy and bumpy, and I'm getting old, and I just know I just got to trip over some of these big bits. Right, so where do I start? What I think I'll do is, you don't want me to be pulling out these kales. What I've done with these kales is I've just lifted them and left them on the soil. One of the reasons is I just wanted to have a look through to see if there's any casters or maggots of the cabbage root fly, and it doesn't seem to be. Like I say, I've just left it on the soil. I've had a look around the soil, there's nothing there as well. It just allowed the worms to get back into the compost. Right, so it's onto that rhubarb, and also I need to start sowing. I've got all the peas, the mange too, the giant mange too. the potatoes, early potatoes. There's a lot to do in March, isn't there? But this weather is really helping. It's lifting the spirits. I just need to start catching up. Right, and that's the rhubarb already done. Like I say, it's a nice big crown, that is. Goliath, new variety to us. I'm looking forward to that. Supposed to be really big stems and just pink ones as well. What we've had is the problem where the original rhubarb is. It's on a slope and the crown is sinking because well, I did a mixture of soil and compost, and the compost has rotted away, so the crown's sinking. So this one is all soil with quite a few bits of fertiliser in there. But what I'm going to do is make sure there's a nice big surround of compost and manure in a nice little bed, make a nice little bed for it. So we see how that goes. Right, and the potatoes are just popping through now. So it's time to do the last 4 of these potatoes. What are they? The Red Duke of Yorks. So I'll get those going. I've got plenty of seeds to get going. But first, we are hopefully going to have the last frost. I may have mentioned that, I don't know yet. But that's tonight. We're going to have the last frost tonight. So that means hopefully next couple of days I can get these sensu onions. And they're the difference now between the seed, that's the seed, and that's the sets. Now the sets, I think I've done quite a good timing for those. I got the sets at half price, or less than half price. So for 50 sets, I think it's about £1.50 of them. And this is the best one, and it's just getting its 6th leaf now. Now, Onion Farms, which does supplies a lot of sets, they recommend that up to 5 leaves is fine to be outside. You don't need to protect it because it's able to go dormant and then come back to life again. But once it goes to the 6th leaf, they say that it starts to stress out by going dormant if it's had a frost. So you have to protect them. Now, if we've got our last frost tonight, I say last frost, it could be the last frost for hopefully maybe a couple of weeks, and we'll see how we go. The weather forecast at the moment, it's been all right for the last couple of weeks, but that's because it's been sunshine, but it just isn't reliable anymore, even the long range forecast. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting those out, because that's the only thing I've got in here, and the potatoes and a few seedlings here. So that will give me plenty of room to get sowing all these. So I did do beetroots last time, and what I did with the beetroots, what was it? I've got 6 that have come up, and I sowed 10. So hopefully a few more will come up. But if they do, or if they don't, that's fine. At 6, I'll nip one out to make 5. But if they do, I'll nip them all out to get 5. What I want them to be is, because I'm doing them in 9cm pot, I've got enough room to try and space them out. The reason why I'm doing them in these pots is so I can plant the pot straight into the beds. So there's minimal disturbance on the roots. But if I can space these out a little bit, then hopefully the roots won't get entangled. Last year, as I was pulling one, you've got to be really careful if you're multi-sowing them, that you're not pulling up another one, and the roots are all really tangled up. So that's my idea of what I'm doing. And what I am doing with these pots is about 1 inch off of compost or potting on mix, and then I do a little layer of the seed mix on top, and then I just cover it with the seed mix. That's me idea. Well, that's what I'm trying out. I'm trying that out with all the ones here. Even these are the leeks. Again, I've done it with, that's 1 centimetre of the seed mix, and the rest is compost, or the spent compost for potting on. So I've got quite a lot to get going at. I've got the autumn leeks and hardy leeks, and I'm just going to leave those in here now because we've got so much warmth in here. Golden Detroit beetroot, jogger beetroot, Duchess, China aster, dazzling blue kale, broccoli leaf and Brussels, and there's the sweet peas and potatoes. There's a lot to do, but it's really, like I say, it's really nice that hopefully get all the onions out and I have plenty of space in here then again. Right, so that's the seed sowing for this week. It's ever continuous at the moment, but while I'm in the mode for it, or the mood for it, I'm going to pot on the tomatoes I've got. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them in a tray in here during the daytime and then carry them back into the house at night, and hopefully I can then get some good growth off them over the next couple of weeks, just to take advantage of this heat that we got at the moment. I've buried them really deep. I mean, these are pretty leggy at the moment. This is the super sauce, and that really is a leggy tomato at the moment. But what I'm going to do is bury it really deep, and this worked really well and has done for the last couple of years for me. That's still quite leggy, isn't it? There we go. And that way, hopefully I do get the advantage of this sunshine at the moment, and it's not going to last forever at the moment. That's just wishful thinking. The weather's going to change at some point, but if I can bring these out every day, it's going to be in one of the bigger trays, so I think I can get 18, and I've got 16 plants that I want to pot on, so I'm going to do that with the tomatoes. Now, I know that's quite a straddly plant, but if I can bury it, ooh, that's delicate, isn't it? Don't do as I do. Right, a full tray of tomatoes. Now I only need 12, so I've got quite a few spares in there as well, just in case there's a few stray slugs in here during the daytime. But hopefully with this sunshine, they're only coming out at night, and that's going to be so easy. I know it is at the moment, but hopefully they start to grow pretty well in the sunshine. And then I've done the same for the jalapenos. I'm not going to pot those on just yet. Just going to wait till they get their true leaves and see which ones are the best ones, because they've all come up and they're all at different stages, and we're just getting probably the last one there just coming up. But again, this is going to be quite easy for me to just bring this in. I've got 2 of the propagators, so when I do split them out, then I can probably do about, what, 6 to 8 inside each propagator, and that's a lot of jalapenos. So I'm probably going to go with what do I want in here, 3 per size, so I only need really about 6. But what I'm going to do is I may put some on the patio as well, so I may do 12 overall. We'll see how we go with that. Right, it's on to the ranunculus next. Right, so I've roughly spaced them out. I'm hoping that these will actually come back to life. I've got no idea whether they will or not, but I might as well have a gamble and put these in here. So that would hopefully be, that's it for the planter. We've got the daffodils at the front, the bigger ones at the back, ranunculus, and then the chamomile coming through during the summertime. So that should hopefully be the planter sorted. So we'll see how we go, and it's not the end of the world if these ranunculus don't come up. It's just a trial and error with these. Let me know, do you, I mean, I've seen them just as small cones, but these are quite big plants still. So we'll see. Right, well, while I carry on doing this, I'll take you down to the bottom beds next. Right, it's the morning after, and it does feel like a fresh start. Now I've got these beds all sorted. I've emptied out those beds up there, and that means I can make a good start on those, putting those together. But I need to discuss with Sarah to get the right size in this time. They just didn't work for us last year. Right, and I'm really pleased that these have survived the transplant. I was a bit worried at the time because it was getting late and I was rushing a little bit, but they got heavily watered and they do look really stunning. So I am looking forward to growing more of this golden, I think it's golden set chard, because that is quite striking, especially against the darkness of the compost. And over here I'm going to start heavily watering this area, because that's where the parsnips are going to go. If I start heavily watering that now, fleece it over, fingers crossed it'll be warm and ready for the parsnips in hopefully a week's time, but we'll see how the weather is for that. But yeah, let's just put a smile on my face that everything I'm starting to sow now, I've got space now to put them in. Still need to do this bark, but that's another job for another day. Right, I'm off to start on the apple tree next, so fingers crossed there's no accidents there, and like I always say, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you again.